Excited the quarterback, tackles for loss. I'm definitely excited, with Coach Marinelli, the way he talks and preaches D-line. I think any D-line would be excited to play here. So,
Okay, C-gap action. Good job, boy. Hey. Hey, y'all. Don't mind me. That's just me watching a little film on Robert Quinn. We in draft mode. Free agency has finally calmed down a little bit. What's going on, Cowboys fans? It's your boy, Foots the King, as always. Thank you guys for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Now, I've been sitting on this video for a little bit because I really wanted to do the homework, all right? I'm going to jump right into it. 5 things, 5 ways. You guys know I like numbers, so I'm just going to number it. 5 ways, 5 things that Robert Quinn does to really help this defense and help this team. Now, we got the news yesterday that Randy Gregory is getting extended. I like it. Maybe the Cowboys know something, maybe they don't. Now, we have got no news on DeMarcus Lawrence. We have no idea what's going on. The agent, is there any movement? What's going to happen? That said, the Cowboys have done a great job by what? Covering themselves. You have to cover yourself in this league. We don't know if DeMarcus Lawrence is healthy. We don't know if he's going to be in shape. We don't know his mindset. We don't know if he's going to try to pull a Le'Veon Bell. You see Le'Veon Bell holding out. You thought that he's working on football. This fool's working on albums. You just don't know what's going on in these players' heads. You thought that David Irvin, for everything that was wrong with him, he's smoking weed. He said he needs to get healthy. Okay, so we just don't know as a Cowboys organization, as the team. We don't know what these players are going to do. So what we do know is we had to cover our base. What did the Cowboys do? They cover their base. Now, and watching Robert Quinn, I didn't want to do you guys a disservice by looking at highlights, because that's what they are. The highlights are the high end, right? When he was with the Rams and he had a 19-sack year and all of the good things that he's done with the Rams. But then there are some things with the, like prime example, with Miami, with Flores coming in, running a new system, they looked at it and said he doesn't have, he's not that. He doesn't have the position flex, or he's not scheme flexible to where he could play an end or an outside linebacker in a 3-4 scheme. That's okay. You see, when you watch Miami film, you still see the burst. And I'll go through some of these words with what I mean with burst, bend, speed to power, stunts, a situational pass rusher, but also is playing early on in series. But then you do also see some things where he's not DeMarcus Lawrence versus the run. DeMarcus Lawrence versus the run is really second to no one in this league, especially at the end position. That's why he plays left end. He could play right end, but he's second to none to anyone in this league when it comes to versus the run. I will never take that from Tank. But with Quinn, he can do it, but was he asked to do it? Now, the big argument that I want Cowboys fans to realize, and when I watched the Miami tape, when I watched and went back, because I watched about 5 of his Miami games last year, Cincinnati, both New England games, the Jets game, and I watched one more in there. I can't remember. Then I went back in a couple years and watched some of his Rams film. It's important to remember that he's never had a supporting cast like this Cowboys defense. You guys got to understand, this Cowboys defense was on the verge of elite. Don't forget what this team did to the Saints. Had it not been for that Rams game and that waffle, we'd be talking about this is one of the better defenses like in the league. And I still think that they're a top 6, top 7 defense. All right? Cheeto, Byron, good safety play. You want to upgrade that in the draft. And we'll talk about how he does affect the draft and how you can kind of draft free now. You don't have to be pigeonholed to get an end or even a defensive lineman with your first pick at 58 if you don't want to. Leighton, Jay Smith, who was amazing in the stunt game. Don't forget the pieces on D-line. Crawford, Leak. So what I'm saying is, use the right way. Robert Quinn, it's an A+. This was an A+ signing. And before I do another mock draft, which I got one coming out either tomorrow or Friday, I'm going to get another mock draft to you guys. I got a really cool trade in there. Before I do any more college film and start kind of analyzing these D linemen, and you guys make sure you guys hit the podcast when me and Joe are talking about things, I want you guys to really understand who this Robert Quinn is. Here we go. Ben, all right? So this is one of the 5, all right? So without me showing the film, because you guys know as Vosh says, the YouTube Illuminati, you guys just got to imagine what Robert Quinn does so well. His center of gravity is amazing. His hips, the way he's able to turn. That is important. He's a true right end. Meaning on third down, he can get around and get in that hip pocket of that tackle and really get low. That's something special you see on one of those rushes, and that's why I didn't show the highlights. I just showed kind of the rushes that he still has that juice, okay? And I didn't show a long clip because obviously YouTube attacks you. So he still has that bend. It's important to remember that, and with a coach like Rob Marinelli, he'll coach it out of him, he'll get him up the field. Keep that in mind. Bend. Speed to power. A lot of his rushes that I saw, he wasn't asked to be a force or a run stop player, but he still has the ability to use his hands and kind of get up the field and then get his hands within that tackle's chest plate and convert speed to power. That's key. That's what the Cowboys want to do. 4-man front, get your ASS up the field any way that you can violently. Robert Quinn can do it. The stunt game. Now, with stunts, it's so important that you have a good supporting cast. You have a guy like Jalen Smith, where we've seen him go crush a guard or go crush a tackle, and now a guy like Robert Quinn, who still has good speed and good feet, can what? Come around that B gap, get in the quarterback's face. You can do that with a player like Robert Quinn. You can do it with a player like Randy Gregory, but with the experience that a Robert Quinn has, you can really do that with this player. I've seen him do it in Miami, and they kind of have, let's be honest, Miami's tanking. They had bad talent. The Rams never had the talent that the Cowboys have right now. Jay Smith, Leighton Vander Esch, get ready for the stunt game. The way that we blitz, the way that we like to disguise coverages and looks on the back ends with our blitzes, get ready. In the situational pass rush game, you guys got to remember, it's important that you guys remember, Robert Quinn is not going to be in the game every snap. He's going to be in a rotation with Taco. Hopefully D-Law comes back. D-Law can play some right. We don't know what's going to happen with Dorrance Armstrong. So I think that some people out there thought that he's literally replacing D-Law. Absolutely not. He's still a situational guy, but he can play towards the back end of a series. He can play when you need to get off the field on a third down. He can come in and give you some juice. That situational rush is key, especially with a guy who's had 69 career sacks. Like, that's big. Watching this film, I real life get excited. I want you guys to get excited. And the last one, it's leadership, all right? Here's a guy who has been around the league. He took this deal because you know what? You heard him say it in the interview. It's on Cowboys.com. He wanted to bet on himself. I can't be mad at that. You're getting in a guy who wants to show that he can still play. He still looks like he's in amazing shape. I didn't see really where his rushes, he looked gassed or anything like that. So I just want you guys to know that that leadership portion of it is big. You think about a guy like Randy Gregory who has all of the skill but doesn't have that leadership quality. Now you bring in a veteran who can tell you guys, how to practice, how to get your body together, how to stay in shape, how to stay out of trouble. So all of these things mixed with what the Cowboys already have. All right, these are the 5 things that Robert Quinn brings to this team. This lets me know that the Cowboys and that Jason Garrett is like, hold on, wait a minute. I'm still coaching for my job. I need talent. You're telling me D-Law is not going to be ready. You don't know what's going to happen with Tank. So Cowboys fans, I want you guys to think about this. I want you guys to send this video around and let everybody know, damn it, Robert Quinn is a good football player. He's going to help this team a lot. I'm very passionate about this video because when I see what he can do, the Cowboys getting him on a cheap like that for a 6th-round pick, genius, Stephen Jones, genius, Will Clay. Now, what does this mean for the draft? Okay, you're now not pigeonholed. You want to trade up, you can do it. You want to trade a piece, like Marcus Lawrence, a 1st and a 3rd. Maybe you can do it. I know I'm teasing, I know I'm. But listen, you're not pigeonholed. If you want to go get that safety, a Taylor Rapp, somebody who now takes your defense from good to great. We see young safeties. You saw what Derwin James did last year. I told you guys, he came in the league, and I was watching some film the other day on Derwin James. Actually, Vosh did a really good film session on Derwin James. He came in the league and just took the league over, y'all. And you see a guy like Taylor Rapp who plays with that same passion. You pair him up with X Woods, Leighton Vander Esch, that team speed, it just makes me go crazy. This defense will be amazing. All right, so now you can go up and get him, and you still have the pieces with the Robert Quinn, with the Dorrance Armstrong, where you feel good about your defensive line. And this was just about feeling good, okay? So I want you guys to kind of put all that together and let me know what you guys think. You're now not pigeonholed in the draft. Why? Because you have a veteran presence in Robert Quinn who can still play. All right, guys, it's your boy Foots the King. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I don't want to get too heavy into the X's and O, the film, because, again, YouTube will get you. So You guys got to take my words, visualize it, and trust it. It's your boy Foots the King. Make sure you guys check out the music, Foots and Codes. You guys know you guys support the hell out of me, all right? I appreciate that. I really, really do. Make sure you guys follow me on IG. I answer all the questions on IG and Twitter. And make sure you guys just keep supporting the channel, sending videos around, supporting me and Joe Rod, the podcast link. Listen, you guys that have iPhones, go get that podcast link, man. Cowboys Huddle, all right? It's in the description box. We're talking draft, we're talking football. Shout out to all the YouTubers around the world, the Cowboys YouTubers, any YouTuber, any content creator. Peace.